I want to see this. Honestly, I'm tired of all the performative girl boss media. Based and real and true. I'm sick of women being like, oh my god, I need to shit all over everyone and I'm gonna girl boss myself to the top. We all know what happens when you girl boss yourself to the top. You fall also. Falling from the bottom is not fun. Alright, let's do it. 3, 2, 1, and boom. Hero hey.
Welcome back, guys. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Saw something on Twitter that I think you'll find quite amusing. So I saw this tweet pop up from Aru, Deputy Aru, saying, having performative feminists and men flood my replies to tell me how I should feel as a woman is hilarious. Y'all love to talk with zero depth. Please log off. You're embarrassing yourselves.
That's
all because
pretty
I didn't
base.
like the movie Peach. Be frickin' for real. Following that up with this tweet, it says, I've lived my entire life as a woman, and having someone on this hell site try to tell me how I should feel about how a fictional woman is depicted in media is so silly.
I'm so glad someone says it with their fucking chest. I want fat titties. I want cute girls. I want big fat boobies. I want fat asses on girls. I don't want no ugly fat women in my fucking video games. Sorry. I don't want it. I don't feel immersed. I want to look at something nice. Same with men. I don't want to look at a fucking fat ugly man. I already am one. I don't want to be reminded of it.
I hope you all get beat with bricks. Anyways, good morning, chat. And don't you worry, we'll take a look at the full context in a moment. That, of course, being the post that set these people off that Aru is talking about here. But first, a few more replies where we already are. Not all women have to be strong girl bosses. Is it truth that today's society is not ready to accept? Girly girls are allowed to exist. They are mad because I'm right and they can only consume women at surface level. The moment a woman has depth and weaknesses, then oh boy, here comes the patriarchy. Like, no, that's real women asking for realistic portrayals. Yeah,
they always assume you're a man. That's always what it boils down to. I've posted stuff like this on Twitter before, like very vaguely, not even like super seriously. And I've had people being like, no one gives a fuck about your opinion, you're a pick-me, or like, you're just a man with a voice changer. And I'm like, okay, but like other women agree with me, so I don't know what to tell you.
Brain rot is real with a lot of these people. But now let's take a look at the initial context. We can see over here in response to account Peachy saying the scene that started the Peach
wait, I did see this. I didn't read it, but I saw this.
Renaissance and posting this clip of Peach just clearing and being a girl boss. Well,
yes,
Aru says,
fuck Mario.
It's wild how badly they mischaracterize Peach in this movie. Not every female lead needs to be a flawless badass. Peach was always a little ditzy, sassy, and overly emotional, and that was her charm. I miss our silly princess. This version just isn't her. As mentioned, that tweet then got her complete...
Oh my fucking god, this is cinema, man. This is actually cinema. I don't like peaches and cream on my fucking waffles. So you fucking hate pancakes? God damn it, you're so fucking stupid. Go to fucking Home Depot, you retard. Holy shit.
IQ responses like, so you hate strong women?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
Retweets getting so mad they tell Aruda, shut the frick up.
Genshin fucking profile picture disregarded. Profile picture from a fucking baby show. Opinion disregarded. You're probably 18 years old and just graduated high school.
Check out these two. Starting with the one on the bottom that says, Peach is still hyper-feminine is the movie, but she dared to be a little more proactive and have different facial expressions that constantly cutesy smiling, and they all lost their marbles over it.
Why do these people live in a world where women can't like smile and be cute and hot and be a little bit fucking sassy and funny? Do they just want to live in a world full of Karens? I'm starting to think that that's what it is. I'm really starting to think that that's probably what it is. Closeted incels? Kinda, yeah. Like inverse incels. They don't want to admit to it. They're not happy with it. Like, you know, 4chan's like, yeah, I'm an incel and I don't give a fuck. Like, these guys are like, I have lots of sex. It's like, no, you don't, buddy. You're just lying to yourself.
No wonder gamers redacted behind call
Yeah,
any
become
woman
a
with short
Karen.
hair and
Yeah.
intense, quote unquote, man. Yeah, pour one out for this person. They're clearly struggling a bit upstairs, if you know what I mean.
True.
And that takes us to the comment above it that says, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. This movie wasn't meant for you. It was meant for children. Most who have zero concept of Peach as a character. I think them wanting little girls to not feel like they have to be dainty little things is a good thing, actually. Then there's this example that says,
So then make a story about how Peach becomes a badass instead of her just girl bossing instantly in the Mario movie. Like, it just doesn't become, like, the character dynamic is so fucking cringe. Like, what? Like, really?
says, yes, but let's talk about how y'all not happy with anything. What is that even supposed to mean?
Y'all.
Hey, you have criticism
Y'all.
for this movie.
Y'all.
You must not like anything at all. What the frick? Lastly, we'll take a look at this example where this person says, media literacy is dead. I always love when someone has no actual response to something and they're...
That's what that VTuber that did a naked model on stream that time they let nudity into the Twitch front page. Yeah, Marina, yes, that one. Yeah, that was their constant response to everyone criticizing them for putting themselves up there on the page. Yeah, the 1 day ban. Yeah, not even a week, a one day. Kind of weird. Media literacy is so dead. I automatically dismiss anyone who says those words, media literacy. It sounds like you went to school for, like, journalism when you use that phrase.
Analysis of that thing is so poor that the only response they can come up with is, your media literacy
made up
is
type
bad.
shit.
Actually, this is like a self-report. You have such little media literacy that you couldn't even analyze that tweet and come up with a better response than that. Get good, skill issue. And so eventually Aru would add these two tweets to her initial one that say, I don't care if people like this version, but to me, Peach stands don't come for me, I love her. The personality in the movie is just so detached from how we've seen her for decades. I think it's okay to teach girls that they're allowed to be...
Dude, Peach in Smash was awesome. I loved playing Peach, even though she was kind of... I don't know. She was kind of floaty. I didn't like playing her.
Emotional, ditzy, and even aloof at times. Wow, that's some far-right extremist rhetoric right there. Oh my gosh. Aru would then say, no hate to OP either. The scene itself is
Use the frying
fantastic.
pan!
I just wish they would have made it more on brand for Peach. Of course, not all the responses were upset with Aru. There were also plenty of people who seemed to agree with Aru. For example,
That's
this
good.
one saying, I'm low-key tired of girl-bossing femme characters in remakes of media. Aru says, yeah, I think it's usually okay, but it's so rarely nowadays done uniquely and so blatantly recycled over and over again. And this one saying, her being a badass isn't the problem. Smash Bros. Peach was a badass, but the difference between her and movie Peach are still night and day. It's not the same character, so I can understand the pushback. And Aru saying, I don't mind Peach being a badass, but it's just frustrating when that's her only trait. She's a badass based on what she's done, but the movie stopped there. She has much more depth they could have explored, and it feels like they just didn't bother.
I think that they should have gone the route of, like, the Toy Story, what was her name? Toy Story 2 cast. You know the girl? What was her name? Jessie. Was it Jessie? The girl character with the red hair. Yeah, Jessie, exactly. Yeah, Jessie and Bo Peep were good characters. Of course, this was written, back in 1999, so they actually had forethought and really good understanding of characters in depth. They had a moment where Jessie was very sad, and it showed how sassy she was, and then boom! She was very, very sad to reveal that apparently her owner abandoned her, and that's why she hides it. Like, why didn't they have that with Peach? I don't know, maybe she had a rough time with Bowser and she became a badass. No, it's all girl bossing. Just don't question it. And by the way, Toy Story is a fucking kids movie and they had in-depth emotional explanations on why a side character was the way she was. This doesn't have anything.
So flawless, it was boring, and also made me confused why Mario even needed to be there. Aru says, also, we never see how petty she can get. Her saying things like, aw, did I win? And even showing the side of her we got to see in Mario Strikers would have been nice. She's not a perfect badass boss babe. She's a bit of a spoiled princess who loves having fun and being silly. We'll take a look at two more. This one saying, as much as I love the Mario movie, I do agree that in my opinion, Peach wasn't handled the best in this film. Didn't ruin the film for me, of course, but I'm getting really sick of the flawless, strong female, a writing trope, films keep falling for these days.
Because if you write a woman that's slightly weak, at least from the start, or it doesn't have instant character development, it's seen as bad. It's a fucking kids movie. But as a child, you still understand those kinds of things, even if you don't, like, have that layer of understanding that a grown-up does. It teaches kids values and, like, emotions through, like, a safe medium.
Yeah, I didn't hate it, but it just wasn't Peach in my opinion. She can be a badass, but still be a silly goofball who loves being hyper-feminine and in her own little world. I think one of the best characters to nail the trope is Usagi from Sailor Moon. Very similar and perfectly balanced. This Peach is more Daisy.
True.
It makes me wonder if we're ever going to see Daisy, and if we do, are they just going to have super similar personalities? Now, of course, what we took a look at was only a small sample of the people offended at Aru's take, and a small sample of the people agreeing with Aru and liking the take. Ultimately, it seems like most people engaging with the tweet, though, ended up liking the take, as it still got over 150,000 likes.
That's actual virality. Damn, dude!
Over 150,000 likes. Bit of a quicker video than usual lately, but I thought this was a pretty amusing situation.
Yeah.
Let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this. Hope you also have a great rest of your weekend. Consider liking and or subscribing for more, and I'll see you in the next one.
I think someone in chat said something really smart. Just because it's a kid's movie or a kid's book doesn't mean you should half-ass it. Narnia is a fucking kid's series, and it still had a lot of emotional depth and character development. Even for a bunch of kids. Yeah! Like, what are we talking about? With the fucking queen and the kid getting corrupted, and then he realizes that it's not worth it. And then they go against the queen. And Aslan perishing, and Lucy's like the only one that believed in him, and he comes back. Yeah, exactly. Harry Potter is also a kids series. Yeah, I don't think that it's an excuse just because it's a kids movie. I think that adults talking about it fleshes out the audience. If anything, honestly, I think adults talking about their distaste for some girl bossy shit in the end does change the consensus for Hollywood to maybe like step up their fucking game if people aren't watching it. Unfortunately, Mario was a really successful film, so it actually probably won't change at all. But I think criticizing is fine. Yeah.